Hello again, welcome back. Whisky tasting from my pour and sip subscription from Master of Malt. And this one is Bushmills. I've actually been to the distillery in Northern Ireland. It was at a wedding in Portrush. Fantastic place. Bushmills Irish Whisky, Bourbon Cask Reserve, the Steamship collection. Single malt Irish whisky, 40% ABV. I didn't get a tasting card with this, so I'm just going to taste it as normal. Then I'll look it up to see what the experts say. So let's get the wax seal off. That was so very close to being a winner. The wee bit broke off with a cup of my knife. I'm a simple chap. Simple goals in life. To get the wax off in a winner. So, let's get it into the Glencairn whisky glass and see what it looks like. I almost missed a drip there. Wee look. We'll get a wee swirl first. It's a pale honey. It's quite pale. Crystal clear as you expected. Yeah, it's sticking to the glass. You're getting a wee bit running down there. Let's get a wee sniff. Well, that's quite fruity. Malty, woody, bit spicy maybe. It's quite an intense smell. I was expecting it maybe to be a bit, because of the light colour, you're definitely getting the wood there, oak, and the spiciness and a bit of fruitiness. Pardon me. Slancha. That's very nice. Smooth. No burn. 40%. Taste it on my lips. That sweetness. Vanilla. There is a sweetness, maybe a fruity sweetness. There's that the maltiness, like what's it, sugary malt, like a toffee malt. Low key. I'm trying to define the aftertaste. It's like a spicy wood, maybe. My vocabulary is very limited because I'm a novice at this, but let's get a wee couple of drips in here. The water. When I had this before at the Bushmills distillery, I asked one of the chaps in the bar at the end of the tour, you get a complimentary nip. I says, does it need any water? He says, an angel's teardrop. I thought it was very poetic. Let's get a wee stir in it. First, I'm going to have a wee drink of this. Is a beer from Ireland. From Kildare. Different part of Ireland. This is a Poolbeg Haze. It's a New England IPA. It's very fruity, that. Hints of tangerine, orange, grapefruit. bit of sweetness, mango sweetness, slight maltiness, a wee bit. Very nice, refreshing beer. Let's see how it goes with that slancher. It's less sweet than it was. That's unusual, eh? It's taken away a bit of that sweetness. I'm getting more of that grapefruit rind, the grapefruit pithiness. I did not expect that. Let's get a wee taste of this with the water in it. That's really nice. There is a fruity sweetness there. It might be a slight citrus. There's definitely a spiciness there as well. And you can taste the wood. Let's have a wee look at the website. I bought this from Master of Malt. Their Pour and Sip Club. Let's see what it says. Okay. It's masterofmalt.com. This is the Bushmills Bourbon Cask Reserve Steamship collection. For a litre bottle of that is £48.90. I think that's pretty good. I might be buying that. Oh, sold out. Well, there you go. So, Bushmills Bourbon Cask bottling note. The third expression released in a series inspired by the SS Bushmills steamship. The vessel which set out on its maiden voyage to deliver bottles of Bushmills to America in 1890. Bourbon Cask Reserve is the result of a long-standing relationship with Master Coopers from Louisville, Kentucky, who reserved American white oak custom-charred bourbon casks to mature this whisky. That's interesting, eh? What's it? There's a tasting notes. Here we go. Tasting notes by the Chaps at Master of Malt. The nose, sweet vanilla, ripe pear. I'm saying there's a fruitiness, but I couldn't identify it. And toasted oak lead among prickles of oak spices and crème brûlée. That's like a custard that's fired, well fired. There is hints of that. That's amazing how people... I'm so envious of people who can describe things like that. This is part of the reason I've started this journey. Same with my beer reviews. I'm 2 years into that. I'm still a novice, you know. I'm still serving my apprenticeship. But it's to try and describe what you smell and what you taste. Sounds simple, but it's not. So the palate, orange zest, honey-drenched toast. So the toast, that's the maltiness I'm getting there. The honey, I did say there was like a honey sweetness. Did I? I was thinking that. Tinned peaches. Orange zest, honey-drenched toast and tinned peaches combine initially before more vanilla and oak spice emerge. A dark chocolate and oak char add a pleasant bitterness underneath. You know, I was getting an aftertasty sort of a slight bitterness, like a beer you would get from a beer. So it's maybe a dark chocolate bitterness, you know, that's bitter. Finish, a slightly drying finish. Lasts for a good while with a touch more toasted oak. Yep, that is spot on. I wish I could describe things like that. It's a lovely whisky. It's lovely and smooth. I would definitely buy a bottle of this. I'm going to finish that off. Cheers, my dears. Palate orange zest. Nipped my tongue that time. Honey-drenched toast. There's a slight sweetness. Maltiness. Tinned peaches. Combined initially before more vanilla and oak spice emerge. A dark chocolate and oak char add a pleasant bitterness underneath. I can't say I'm getting the dark chocolate. I'm getting a very slight dark chocolatey type bitterness. Maybe that's what they mean. And the finish, a slightly drank finish, lasts for a good while. It's still going on now. With a touch more toasted oak. I'm still getting that fruitiness. What did they say? Pear. Right, pear. Yeah, it's a bit like that. These chaps at Master of Malt know what they're talking about, eh? Try the beer. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's a bit more of that mango coming through, that sweet tropical fruit. I don't know why that's changed. They have paired quite well together. That initial taste of the beer after a sip of that wasn't that great. But that time, I was getting a bit more of the sweetness. So, I'm quite happy with that pairing. Two excellent drinks. Try them if you can find them. I would buy a bottle of this. I'd buy a bottle of every one I taste. That's the budget can't cope with that. I've got a cupboard full of whiskey now. I think I've got something like, or I did have, 45 of these wee bottles. And I get 5 more each month. I was going to do one a week. I thought that'll last me like over a year. So I'm doing one nearly every day, I think. Anyway, I ramble. They're worth trying. It's interesting experiment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, hopefully. Ta-ta for now. Oh, none left. Cheers, my dears. It's very good.